So I've shown you an active volcano here in Iceland, the most active volcano at this moment in time. I'm going to go and show you now a dormant volcano. I'm going to show you what the crater looks like. So this will be interesting. It's another long hike to get to this volcano, but when we get to the top and I'm able to show you the crater, it should be quite impressive. Before I get to the crater, I have to make my way past these hot, bubbling geothermal mud pools. These bubbling pools are heated by the magma chamber deep underground. The steam or gases that you see rising from the pools are sulfur dioxide, and they smell like rotten eggs. So this is the path I'm taking, and that black mountain on the left-hand side is the Volcano Crater. So it's quite a hike, and it doesn't look much like a volcano from down here, but as we get closer it will take on that distinct cone shape. So I'm at the base of the crater now, and it's quite a steep climb up. I'm not looking forward to it, I have to confess. Normally quite slippery as well, these paths, so I'm just going to have to watch my footing. These surfaces really are quite slippery, and last time I came down from the volcano, from the live volcano, I followed the trail for about 7-8 kilometers, no problems at all. So I'm watching where I'm treading as well, because right at the very end I slipped up on my bottom. Right at the very end of the trail. So I'm starting my climb now up the side of the volcano, of the crater. I wonder what we'll see when we get to the top. Slow and steady wins the race. Whoa. I think the views are going to be absolutely magnificent from the top. But I'm certainly not rushing, because I've got all that way to go. What makes Eldborg Crater so distinct is that it is very symmetrical. It's got a circular shape with a narrow lava edge around the crater. The crater is enormous. It's 50 metres deep, 250 metres long and 180 metres wide. Eldborg Volcano is a spatter cone. This means that it erupted explosively, hurtling high vicious lava into the air that would land back into the crater. This would ooze down the side of the crater, welding thick blobs of rock together. You can see the crater behind me. It's absolutely enormous. Wow. So just like the live volcano, imagine this filled with magma and the lava just spewing over the sides. Imagine it splatting over the sides, and every time it does that, the rock is hardening. It's basalt rock, and that's forming this huge crater to contain all the magma. You can see layer upon layer where the walls collapse and the magma is rising and then sinking back. It really is a spectacle of nature. If you look very carefully, you can see lines of rock, and this is where the magma was spraying over the top of the side of the cone and stacking up and stacking up. So it's solidifying, it was getting harder, and then stacking up on top of each other, causing these lines. And they're like layers of a cake. So this volcano is dormant. Can you remember what dormant means? If you said sleeping, then you'd be absolutely right. This volcano is sleeping. That means it's still active, but it's just in a state of rest, and it could go off at any time. And with that in mind, I'm getting out of here. When Eldborg Volcano last erupted, it would have looked like its younger sister, Litlihölta, which is the volcano that I visited. Volcanic activity is a fact of life in Iceland. People have learned to live with both its drawbacks and considerable advantages, such as geothermal energy and a dramatic natural environment. One of the cheapest and cleanest forms of energy in existence, all this clean energy has made Iceland one of the least polluted countries in the world.